Full reactions are on Patreon, or if you want, you can pull up your copy of Inside Out 2 and press play on it when I press play when the timer reaches 0. Obviously, I never reacted to the first movie. It came out prior to me doing reaction videos as a thing. I apologize. I cannot time travel. I know anxiety is the baddie of this movie, presumably in the same vein as many Disney and Pixar baddies of recent memory, being not really a baddie, I assume, is what we're gonna go with that. I'm actually kind of expecting it'll be like sadness in the first movie. Not the emotion, not being valued, or maybe not even not being valued so much as just the role of anxiety having a place, uh if controlled, maybe is what they're gonna go for. I've heard this movie's really good, so, and obviously beyond anxiety, I know there's other emotions too, at least if the toys at McDonald's are anything to go by. Oh, let's find out what this movie's all about. I will say this much, and I will only say it now unless the movie gives me reason to bring it up. I am still tired of the lack of real significant villains in any of these movies, and by that I mean less of this everything is so morally gray stuff. Doesn't mean the characters written with that mindset haven't been good, but we're in a bit of an extreme trend as of late. Not a knock on the movie. It's why I want to get it out of the way early, unless for some reason the movie gives me reasons to bring it up again. Kinda doubt it, though, if this is supposed to be as good as people are saying. We'll find out. I think she's supposed to be like 2-3 years older than she was in the first movie, something like that. Or was she like 10, I think? Alright, still playing hockey. I like that they're a part of the get ready routine. Get up and go. Let me fix this. Ooh, it was better before. He's got braces now, okay. Okay, this is inventive. This is a great way to do this. Nice little refresher for each of the individual characters. The fact that Riley didn't realize that until afterwards. With the yay. Honestly, I don't think that would have been so bad if it hadn't been for the mouth guard thing. That was just a compounding horrible day. She looks really different. Aging and all, I suppose. is, yeah. I never had braces. I am so glad that I never did because I have real teeth sensitivity issues, so it would have. It's so little! Oh, it's really cute, actually. Okay. Oh, and you're gonna help her, right? A belief, and yeah, I like it. Okay, something overriding. That's inventive. I wonder if they've got the same voice actress doing it. I don't know if it was an actual kid playing Riley in the first movie. I kind of suspect not, but cool if so. Ew, with the mouth guard. Oh, I'm very curious how this belief mechanic can have negative aspects. Obviously, I guess on the level of metaphors, it's just obviously just her brain working, but we're in a world with characters. We can look at it that way. How does this work? Ooh, I like that there was just that little coating of sadness on the outside of the otherwise joyous memory. That does it. Not all three of you or something like that. Presumably Riley being the one losing out, if being the main character and all. Well, Joy's the main character, but the vessel of the main characters, their Starship Enterprise. I just had a picture of Captain Picard in this girl's head being like, no! That way! Anxiety, it's questions like this that are going to start to get to her. I assume bigger questions too, because I don't think the limit of Pixar writers' imagination is the concern about a friend group of three breaking up over issues getting onto a sports team. So I assume it's going to be compounding issues. 7:36. I missed a couple words there. 3, 2, 1, go. I think that, and that may be in very few families, but I think that would have died by that age. The monkey thing. It looked intentional. Okay, as an Irishman, I know this tactic well. Oh no! You can't forget it again. This isn't really the same as forgetting. Doesn't sound like. This is more of an emotional question. So, something hung around that wasn't supposed to. Oh. Oh. You're still worried about that. You can't. You can't really promise that, Joy. Like, in terms of the technical aspect of how your powers work, it's very confusing. I gotta look at the wasteland of Bing Bong's dreams. Um, I know anxiety's orange, so it like that little Twizzler character, right? And I'm kind of wondering if we're seeing all these little orange dots on these things for related reasons, though it wouldn't, I don't think, make sense at this point. 10:02 and 3, 2, 1, go. I guess it probably just joy. Probably was just joy. I would be surprised if they made something sadness's fault. Just because she was such the focus of the first movie. Are we? Feel like we're gonna get a killer musical number, but I don't think so because it's not really a musical number movie. At least the first one wasn't. I'd be surprised if they changed tech now. Why did I just have BoJack Horseman pop in my mind, you stupid piece of shit? Like, that's, and unironically, that's what something like it would be probably a little bit more of a PG version of that. Sadness without the glasses. Console, I think. They've all gotta go. Let's fear with a little stuffy. Like an alert? Well, oh, that'd do it. I think they mentioned that at the end of the first movie, right? Like, they were like, oh, we don't have to worry about that right now, or something like that. If the blinking light goes away, the problem's gone! Riley's got brain cancer! You guys don't have a job anymore! Can you imagine if that's actually what this movie was about? Did she get a pimple? The little stuffy is just the best. All right, I'm concerned what happens when... Oh, disgust is what I was about to say. Maybe let her get a shower first before trying to explain this. Like, this is... I feel like you're... with the fucking fishing rod. Like, I feel... Your prepared script needs to account for adaptability. Riley's mom, who I don't think is named. Maybe she is named. Whatever. It is rarely a good idea to try to have the learning teaching conversation in the midst of the panic. 14:29. You 3, 2, 1, go. The prepared script needs to be adaptable. Why are you talking about butterflies? I'd be thinking inoculate the thing. Everybody, all hands on deck at once. Let's just blow it up. Nope. Like you were being a little bit too much of a dork, something like that. She said it. Oh. Meh. Awesome. Well, like that they all have the same hairdos. Thank you! I needed an autistic person for representation at the moment here! Oh. I mean, that's kind of, like I said, compounding issues. I would love so much a cut to the mom. I think she's driving in the driver's seat. We cut to the emotions. Emergency! Emergency! This is the worst possible timing. 1705. Felt something in it. I don't think here. 1705 and 3, 2, 1, go. You know, I will. That is an amazing level of self control. I mean, I think, a long car ride. She's doing her best. This was really just really terrible timing. There was no time would have been great, but like literally. Hmm. No, but I do like that the development she experienced in the first movie is still relevant, it still matters. And I kind of want us to see a version of this, of Riley, that hadn't had the same opportunities to grow in a healthy way. Another character, obviously. I mean, not. I don't know how you could undo Riley's character development for this purpose. That's not what I meant. 1753. 3, 2, 1, go. Is she like, oh, no! It'll bug me if I don't look up who the actress is now. Kind of sounds like a more high pitched version of Ellen DeGeneres. Maya Hawke. Oh, Robin from Stranger Things. Okay. I seen her voice. Well, seen voice acting. You know what I mean. And no, hardly at all. Not yeah, one thing from Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, but I don't recall the role offhand. 1903. In 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, oh, that's yes. I can get ahead of myself. That's kind of on character. You know what? I know there's I want to say 4 new emotions, maybe 5. It's probably 5 because started with an original 5. It'd be weird for them to stop at 4 if they were going to add new emotions. I'll wait for them to introduce all of them to say more. 1951 and 3, 2, 1, go. That might be the correct response. Aw. And you all know each other already, huh? Is that generally considered? I thought it was more like Malays. That confuses the whole dynamic of the physical interaction with the console. She's like, I was in the first movie. I was gonna say that's what I was waiting to say. I was gonna say, I know anxiety is the antagonist of this movie. I don't know to what extent or how far this will go or anything like that. If she's a full antagonist, like just flat out evil, I'll be blown away. I'll be just shocked. Assuming that's not what happens. I do hope that she's not the only one who receives the same level of treatment Sadness got in the first movie where we had time to understand, blah blah blah. Vampire, blah blah blah. 2114. 3, 2, 1, go. We'll say embarrassment and ennui definitely carried this interaction. And we know these emotions already know each other. I think not. Is she now? Doug? What are you doing here? Go back behind your wall. 2246. 3, 2, 1, go. I wonder if she ends up strongly disliking Val for whatever reason. that is not accurate at all. I like that even Joy at this point was. We can angle this as a hard to get thing. The coach speech. Ouch. And the fall of Goofball Island, right? Yep. No, what Michigan girl? I'm from Minnesota. Yeah, they said one thing, and it's all you can focus on. Oh. Okay, I really like Envy. I'm kind of neutral on the others. I'm liking Anxiety a lot. But just because this went well doesn't. Ew. Anxiety's gonna get that little bit of extra positive reinforcement, even though that was laying it on thick. I assume anxiety's gonna have complete control at one point, and something's gonna spiral out of her control badly. Beliefs. What? Well, now I'm confused as to how the beliefs even work. Okay, so it's your beliefs got challenged. All right. Yeah. Oh, oh! Take over! Sophisticated. Madam! Ah, the Irish way! So, just no anger at all now? Like, I guess disgust kind of gets filled in by envy to a degree. Fear obviously gets filled in by anxiety. Um, Joy doesn't really have much of a stand-in in this instant. Sadness is a kind of ennui and embarrassment, but not really. 2909. 3, 2, 1, go. Ooh. It's like a tree of jagged thorns. Lovely. So, y'all gonna try and bust out at some point, right? I very sincerely doubt that. Again, like, be a little odd if she was never angry again. Okay. Is this Joy? Okay. Have you considered unscrewing the lid? You have probably the upper body strength inside the jar to do it, although difficult. You're immortal, I think, and you don't need to eat, so get to work. Well, immortal. I mean, like, if Riley dies. Because you were really into him. Is this gonna be your Legion of Doom of Riley's suppressed embarrassing factors? Secrets? It can be. I actually think the animation on this guy's a little too good because it's too bad to be like PS3, PS4 era, but it's too good to be PS2. Her being this dorky is wrong. Well, that worked. Oh, Pouchy! I'm your backpack loaded up with things and knickknacks too. Anything that you might need, I've got inside for you. Frog! Aw. I kind of, I kind of want to know what the "We Did It" song would have been. Calissimo, we did it. And he's gonna, yeah. This is so disturbing. I'm just waiting for that moment of hopelessness in this movie that we just damn well know is coming. Because this is, they got out of there surprisingly quick, and I like that they're all together still. Wait, do they have a helicopter? Perfect! I'll say this much, Joy's been in a leadership position long enough that she should actually be better at coming up with a basic plan. And she's been out here before. Hmm. I'd say we put a pin in that. We panicked at literally the first dead end. Come on, we can do a little better than this. Hazing? Oh, she's working hard. Okay. I like that none of these things, well, in a vacuum, none of these are inherently bad things. Getting to work early is not inherently bad. Trying to focus on future friends is not inherently bad. I like that it's not just all madness. You could see in a vacuum these decisions making sense and even being commendable. Ooh, I like that the other emotions aren't just gonna be non-factors here. These are gonna get in the way of anxiety's plans too. Mm-hmm. Look forward to the disaster to come. She's an athlete. She needs the carbs and the protein and everything. Jesus. I was gonna say it should probably be fear. It was the old console though. I was more thinking fear because of his generally lanky build. No, physically strong. This is a matter of upper body strength and general rotund factor. Oh no. Not cardboard. Anything but cardboard. Hey, you still hate broccoli that much, huh? Broccoli is among the better vegetables, Riley. I am disappointed in you. You chose that over the cardboard. turning it into the whatever the thing from the Outer Wilds was called. That you know what I'm talking about if you played that game. The eye. How good of a high school hockey team is this? I love that that's worse. Yeah, I feel that. Been here too. Still there often. What are arms supposed to do? Ah, yes, the hoodie maneuver. Perfect. Also been there. I didn't know this movie was just gonna be attacking me, guys. He said I can change her. Why couldn't you just say I can fix her? You can't take it back now! Well, that's gonna speed things up. Sadness Dragon Ball Z's into the console room. Well, she's not turning all of those sad. Oh, monster! Oh, Anwi's got it. I've never been so attached to a band that I would have an island for them. Discounting musical theater, of course. Hey! Oh, come on. You'd think they'd know how the sarcasm worked. Pick. I will say the besties have gotten the cold shoulder enough that I'm on their side for anything right now, but at the same time they could stand to pick up on what Riley's putting down. Everybody's bad here. I know what it is in football. Like anxiety needed all this ammo. Is anxiety gonna get locked down here by sadness? Cause some real chaos down here because all right, maybe one of you can come up with a plan. What we need is one movie where fear gets to be the main character. See how well you do. One? Okay. All right. Toaster strudel. Oh, come on. I wouldn't say any of the things that have happened today are really her mistakes so much as just really awful luck. And if we're talking about everything prior to that, if the shoe fits towards you. Wait, no. I'm rubber, you're glue? That's a long way to go. Riley, I hope that you're willing to have your sense of self back in the next 6 years or so, as long as that's gonna take them. Sadness. Is this a trap or no? No, no. Okay, she wouldn't. He's like, that's all I know how to do. He sees the growing uh time bomb. Drink my coffee here. Is that the same guy from the first movie? I would die for Riley guy. What was the text exposed? Abby R's been texting Mike T, but Mike T, whatever, yeah. 5242. In 3, 2, 1, go. Ooh, this is actually. Well, I suppose there's probably some long credits, but still. On the longer side than I expected. How is anxiety inside of a pillow fort? That'd do it. Are they gonna shut down Riley's imagination? Concur. One thing to get up early for some extra practice, it's another thing to skip sleep entirely, let alone the emotional damage Riley's doing to herself right now. I'd love if she had said 81. Why is that a bad thing? Explain. 5420. In 3, 2, 1, go. Nice. I like that she's actually got a brain on her. There's not been a lot of evidence to that so far today. Or that's what's up. But let's not overdo it. We're in imagination land. It's okay. Riley just faints. Brain not working anymore. The thinking of these things doesn't prepare you for anything anxiety. They just create a specter. Why do you work for anxiety? Like, this is one aspect of this metaphor I don't get. Like, if anything, Joy should be like the president around here. However it would work. Yeah, I don't think that's a real word. Okay. Oh, no. It's a pretty bad idea. Just a little bit. Like, this is just. Man, I could buy her getting to this point if it'd been like a week or something, but it has been one night. Even with the puberty excuse. You're not planning crimes in a place you don't even know the basic layout of. Not without bigger reasons, which she got pretty good reasons for her age and all that, but it's not quite gone to this. Most of these types of places can't afford a security guard. Well, they can afford one, they still don't pay for one. Maybe that exhale was a little premature. That was pretty loud. Ah! Ennui went to sleep because this is absolutely not boring in the slightest. Oh, that's fantastic. Did you leave the headquarters? Oh, girl. It's got to be smarter than that. Like, come on. Maybe? Maybe it's a group of. It'd be like, have you thought about what happens if she gets caught right now? You want some real anxiety. Ah! Ah! I will say, what the hell does she need that book to tell her that for? There's like 20 kids? You can't keep track of that without writing "not ready yet" dramatically in my notebook. Or maybe she writes that for all of them on the off chance that someone finds her book. Did you read the others? Oh! I mean, I would hope so. What's... Come on. We murdered the coach! I mean, it'd be a big idea. No one could say you're thinking small for that one. I mean, I would say Fredrickson isn't your only way out, but it's not even... Oh. Yeah, like, oh, are we gonna... He's always prepared, not the only one who can plan for the future, anxiety! Oh, dear. So... what's the idea? Is it just to get up early again? Riley, I don't even necessarily think this is an idea, let alone a big one. At least you took the idea of being better than her to hopefully earn her respect. I guess if we're gonna put a positive spin on your ever spiraling disaster. I feel like whatever your big emotional moment is gonna be down there in that the tree room, whatever it is that's making the beliefs. Well, at least it's easy to find. Meh. Okay. It's fading. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Starting the timer at 105:54 and 3, 2, 1, go. Oh dear. Ooh. And that's where all this... it's not even the reverse of I'm a good person. It's a twist of it. Come on, embarrassment. Ha! I like that. No. Okay. That. Yeah, I gotta hire some better contractors for these things. God, I would love to see the inside of an engineering student's mind palace. World thing. We walk. Olympus is that way! God, I really love the effect on the emotions. The way that whatever their skin or whatever it is. It's not. It's hard to appreciate when it's not up close like it just was. You can't. I'm slightly concerned that we haven't seen any of these other emotions in any of the other adult consoles, but at the same time, I'm not gonna hold that against the first movie, if nothing else, but this one. I tell you this much. Oh, I appreciate getting one at all is good enough for this purpose. And I know that it doesn't matter, but I like that even in the greatest moment of I like that even in the greatest moment of what should be the confluence of events that shows anxiety, what went wrong, there are still positive aspects to take away from the approach. They didn't go full on, this is good or this is bad, even in the most extreme moment of the movie. 110:53 and 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, Pouchy! This feels wrong with how semi-serious of a character Bing Bong ended up being. I do! I also like that muscle memory wouldn't just disappear either. She has worked a lot. Oh, see if she just dialed it back right now, it would actually be a really good moment. You made a bit of a mistake, but it doesn't have to be a disaster. God, I love their hair too. Just how extreme it is. Maybe we didn't think this through. Should have built a raft or something first. Imagine Mulan did this to the Hun army instead of dropping it on them. They're like, we're gonna ride the avalanche into the Huns! Not again. It's not gonna happen. Oh! Ooh! Oh, that was the moment to go over and say, are you okay? Oh, okay. Okay. I was about to say that Joy's tired of falling into giant pits in these movies, but at least we kept it interesting. Oh! Alright, good tie-in with the broccoli earlier and all this stuff coming in. Oh god. And now everything starts. She's gonna have like a panic attack or something, I swear. Best speedster of 2024? Aw. Not so much a panic attack, but definitely an anxiety meltdown. Okay. That's pretty awesome. That's, she's moving so fast that she appears to be standing still. You barely get to choose who you are. Um, nice. It's not gonna fix it on its own. One of her friends is gonna help her, right? Okay, that hitting right in this moment, it strings more of madness to me if that's actually the thought process somebody went through. All of the most horrible, awful thoughts you could think of yourself. I'm a good person. I mean, strictly speaking, I think you do. It's just that for the best that you don't. Man, it's a miracle Riley doesn't have a brain aneurysm, all the nonsense you guys cause in here. Like, look, it's happening! This is stuff that's supposed to build up over years. One bad hockey game, and I'm exaggerating, it's way more than that. I like that. And I like that I kind of was right too. It did string of madness that she would be like, Are you gonna like, I was gonna say, are you gonna hug it? I'm surprised that one of her besties didn't help her in that situation. Because I figured it was gonna take some actual outside human help to give her the final push. That was an intense 2 minutes. Assuming it wasn't just 2 minutes, they might have given her a minute. Man, that's a pretty good self pep talk she just gave herself, putting aside the emotion, metaphors of this movie. That's pretty damn good. You ever been that upset before and talked yourself out of it in less than 2 minutes? Someday, that day's today. We weren't really that mad at you. Give it the Don Draper treatment. I don't think about you at all. Imagine if one of them said that to her. Cause that's not always how it would work out. Having the big ol' friend hug at the end, it might have ended up being at least one of them was legitimately resentful. That would have been the worst. Said, "Get to work, Joy. You're on deck." Imagine what would happen if she just didn't. Okay, everything doesn't need to just be perfect now, but okay. I like that the other girls wouldn't be that worried about the one getting knocked over by her before. It's hockey. Minnesota. I mean, to be yeah, in your hypothetical, you still got the job, I guess. Man, you could absolutely just do 3 or 4 more Inside Out movies in the same vein as the Toy Story movies, where the situations just get more and more depressing. Maybe like less confetti. Let it be a little solemn. Ha! I remember it so you don't have to. Hey! Oh, I thought it was gonna be that. You still had it. There it is. The cutting hair thing is much more of a much younger kid thing, right? You made it. I felt like they were gonna give her the good news, so yeah. really good. I'll cut this in two halves. The Riley human side versus the emotion side. Uh, I'll wait. This there you are. I'm okay with that. I'm sorry, guys get anxiety too, and severe. That's funny. That's really funny that his anxiety is just like, yes, yes, back to the game. Gonna give it a second. Feel like as soon as I start talking, we're gonna get another clip. Okay, I'll cut this in two halves. The Riley side, the human side, and the emotion side. I think the human side is the perfect continuation of the events of the first movie. The events of the first movie focusing on a much smaller emotional scenario that was appropriate for the age group for Riley. I don't think that if she moved again, yes, she'd be sad, it would be miserable, but I don't think it would hit her quite as hard in this movie if it were to happen because she has matured. She's grown as a person. I really do think but this situation is the continuation of that, where it's a much larger sequence of events hitting her rapid fire, starting with puberty, of course. Uh, Losing her friends that she's developed, which is very similar to the first movie, but more of the overhanging dread, which is how they bring anxiety into it, rather than the very real, already happened sadness. Combining with her general feelings for her future. It's a fucking outstanding idea for continuing things. And if they did future movies, which I wish, I would hope they would be willing to carry it a bit into her adulthood. If they decided to do two or so more of these. Because I imagine we get like late high school as the next movie. Because it never stops, the emotional development. And as much money as this movie made, they're making at least one more. You damn well know they are with how Pixar is right now. I hope they're willing to carry it a little bit into her adulthood, and much like the Toy Story movies, age the internal conflicts for the main characters with it, which I think that they're perfectly capable of doing. So I look forward to that. Emotion side, I love anxiety as a character. I like the other new emotions, and I like that fear, anger, and disgust had more to do in this movie. But overall, this movie was much less funny than the first one. The concepts they had on the islands and when they got into the imagination realms and all that were just a lot less inventive. I'd say that the emotion side had less tug at your heartstrings moments. It felt more like the emotions were taking the backseat to the Riley side in this movie, which I guess that it should, because Riley is the actual person. But setting to the concept of the emotions are the main characters, it felt wrong that they were of the less important factor. And I'm being an extremist when I say this. I'm not saying that they didn't have. They just felt like less significant characters this time around. And I think part of that's intentional because Riley's in control of her own destiny, blah, 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 blah. But I mean, like, it was always a metaphor, so that wouldn't have changed even if they felt like more major characters. Loving this music, by the way. none of this to say the emotion side was bad. It just feels like there was a lot less going on that equation in this movie than there was in the first. I'm disappointed that Ennui and Envy didn't get to have as much of a character arc in this movie. Barely went beyond their individual jokes, much like, to be fair, anger and fear in the first movie, though to less of an extreme because they had less characters to juggle in the first movie. I would hope that they don't introduce too many more characters in the next movie, maybe one or two more emotions at most. So because it's already a rather large core cast at this point. The emotion half of the equation being better in the first movie makes me want to say the first movie's better. But it really was a damn good setup. What Riley had to deal with it and how it played into the emotions in this movie. I'm leaning first movie better. I don't want to just compare the two because it's all about ideas. And it was just really good at showing that stage of life. Like I said during the reaction, a couple aspects of the actual plot didn't really make sense in my opinion. I don't think, no matter how much anxiety she's going through, that it's realistic for a not completely crime-focused kid. Maybe if she was more that level of a malfeasant, it would make sense to me. I don't think it makes sense for her to bust into the coach's office night one. I think you can build that up overall. Was it night two? Night two still doesn't really make sense to me. I think you can build that up over like a couple weeks if she'd been at this camp. As you create the scenarios where she develops more and more anxiety, I don't think she would have been there. Not that it doesn't make any sense. If she was much more inclined to that kind of behavior generally, yes. Oh, she did run away in the first movie. Maybe we're just not seeing the whole picture. No, this was a great movie. I look forward to the next one because again, this made so much money that they're making another. Yeah, that's kind of boy was she she was 13 in this movie, right? So, yeah, I could see the next movie being 16, 17. I guess they also could just switch to a different person. Doesn't have to be all about Riley, but that would kind of surprise me since they've got the core cast of the emotions in Riley as your framework. What are your thoughts? Ooh, we got a post credits. I like broccoli. I was Wreck-It Ralph the whole time. Man. Yeah, I loved it. Some of the moment, I guess, yeah, part of that is too. Some of the moments on the emotion side felt like they were trying to relive parts of the first movie in terms of the beat for beats, like the Dora the Explorer backpack bag thing. It felt like Bing Bong again, and obviously wasn't as major of a character, but focusing on the crushes and the bands. I feel like I'm more negative on the emotion side because I actually did like more that most of the emotions for the core cast from the first movie got to spend more time together in this movie. Maybe we can get like an Osmosis Jones TV show type deal where we get to actually give focus episodes to like fear, anger, and disgust, so they don't just have to play second fiddle to the much bigger plots going on. 'Cause I think that would really benefit their characters. Is actual t- time to be the stars of the show rather than just their comedic bits. I quite like this. See you on another one.